The original Bama Football Tailgate Show is on the air. Alabama football is rolling, and we got you covered with a breakdown of the game matchup, an SEC preview, and all the fun of an afternoon on the quad with former Crimson Tide Sports Network broadcaster and SEC Network play-by-play voice, Mick Gillispie. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is presented by Yuengling Lager. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. The only beer you need at a Bama tailgate party. Pearl River Resort Casino and Hotel in Choctaw, Mississippi. Let's play. Now featuring the Sportsbook at the Timeout Lounge. Also brought to you by the Flora Bama world-famous beach bar and lounge in Orange Beach, Alabama. Genesis of Tuscaloosa, luxury with a national championship service department. Sevierville, your Smokies start here. Visit Sevierville.com. Tuscaloosa Hyundai. Hyundai, the longer you look, the more there is to like. R&R Cigars, home of the Cigar Mansion and Victory Cigar, 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa. Unique Bar on the Strip, home of the NFL, MLB, Premier League package. Catch all the games at Unique. Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports. Not too small, not too big. Tuscaloosa is pronounced just right. Visit Tuscaloosa.com. Pond Royale, located at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. And NewLifeArt.com, publisher of Fine Art Editions by Daniel A. Moore. Use the code Bama Tailgate for a discount at NewLifeArt.com. Now your host of the Tailgate Show, Mick Gillispie.
Good time, everybody, and welcome to Innisfree on the Strip. And for the next 2 hours, we're going to talk Alabama football, the Crimson Tide, and the Arkansas Razorbacks. And right now is a big game for Alabama and maybe a season saver for the Razorbacks. The show is presented by Yuengling Lager, America's oldest brewery. Here at Innisfree, the swag. If you're around, come by and hang out, grab some swag, some shirts, that kind of stuff here. As we talk Alabama. So it's 11 o'clock kickoff at Bryant-Denny Stadium. On the show today, we're going to be joined by our good buddy Chris Coleman from Colemerica Podcast. From Unique. We've got Jimmy Hart from Visit Tuscaloosa. Kenny White is going to jump on from Vegas with Reagan. We're going to have our pick segment. Reagan, of course, from R&R Cigars. And then Chad Anderson and Trip Roger at the end of the show. We're going to talk about this Alabama and Arkansas. Let me tell you guys, our show is presented. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is always brought to you by Yuengling Lager. Yuengling's a sixth-generation company. And our friend Cheryl here will be here next week for the show as part of the company's ownership and is a proud Alabama grad. She puts a little bit of crimson love in each one of those green bottles, or like light, a darker bottle, or if you like a Yuengling Hershey's Porter, this time of year is great. That's a dark bottle. Try Yuengling Flight, though. I tell you what, if you're looking for that alternative to Mick Ultra, that's the beer that you want to check. We're getting ready for Alabama football. The Crimson Tide, after last week's win against Texas A&M, number 11 in the country, to 5-1 Arkansas in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. Sam Pittman's team is 2-4. This has kind of been a disappointing trend for them. All those games they were in, they had a chance to win, but they just haven't had the bounces go their way this season. And so they're in desperation mode today here in Tuscaloosa with an opportunity to fix their season with a victory. Early kickoff from Tuscaloosa. I'm never a big fan of the early kickoffs unless you're playing Chattanooga or one of the non-conference teams. But when saying that, there is a lot of advantages to the 11 a.m. kickoff. First off, you get done soon. Then you can watch other football games. And, look, get the guys rested. Next week, Tennessee comes to town. So maybe it's not such a bad thing. Alabama beat Texas A&M. What does that tell us about Crimson Tide? We're going to get into that. It tells me that this team's starting to move in the right direction. We start to see this team take on Nick Saban's angry personality. We got angry Saban. And I really like the way that they were able to bounce back. Jalen Milroe looked like maybe he was a little hamstrung with the run game. So all he did was pass with Jermaine Burton and beat Texas A&M through the air. No one saw that. Guys, I want to tell you about New Life Hart, and later on the show, I'm going to show you the actual picture because it's out now. Of course, the debut of one of the best. I mean, everybody had this picture in their bedrooms, in their living rooms, in their college dorm rooms when I was in college. And what's really cool is that a legacy continues. And it's finished. And right now, use the discount code Bama Tailgate to get a free calendar with any $50 purchase or more. So you can actually pick that up, get it ready, put it next to your other, and you got both. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to Chris Coleman from the Colemerica Podcast and Unique about this game. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is brought to you by Pearl River Resort and Casino in Choctaw. Now is a great time to make your picks count at the Timeout Sports Bar. Moment jumps on. We're going to talk more Alabama football right after this.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Alabama's ultimate sports destination and a place for outdoor enthusiasts to thrive. It's a community rooted in history and one that's on the cusp of a burgeoning art scene too. Tuscaloosa is vibrant, it's charming, and it's familiar. Its people welcome you with open arms and warm hellos into a community that's tied together. Tuscaloosa is our home.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Hey y'all, it's Jennifer from the Floribama, and it's time for Floribama Fun Facts. The Floribama first opened in 1964, and we're celebrating our 59th year of doing it on the line. We host over 150 events every year, including Mullet Toss, Oktoberfest, Halloween Costume Party, Frank Brown Songwriters, Thanksgiving and Christmas Potluck, the biggest New Year's Eve party, and of course, the Polar Bear Plunge on January 1st. All the events, including our live music schedule, are available online at floribama.com.
Immerse yourself in the continuing dynasty of Alabama football with The Legacy Continues, a visually striking image from artist Daniel A. Moore. This sequel to Moore's 1992 sold-out painting, The Crimson Legacy, features iconic moments and memorabilia from the last 30 seasons of Tide football. Don't miss your opportunity to own this lasting tribute sure to be cherished by Bama fans for years to come. Pre-order The Legacy Continues now at danielmooreart.com.
Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack, or jetpack. By whatever means necessary. With Yingling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yingling, bring the goods.
R&R Cigars invites you to the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa. The best cigar selection and bourbon in the Southeast awaits you. 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa, near Home 2 Suites, or Northport, next to Winn-Dixie. TheCigarMansion.com.
See yourself in Sevierville, Tennessee. Your Smokies start here.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots. Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort? No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Alabama and Arkansas. That's 11 a.m. kickoff. This is the Bama Football Tailgate Show from Innisfree in Tuscaloosa as we hang out and get you ready for the Crimson Tide and the Razorbacks. And I'm Mick Gillispie, joined by Chris Coleman from the Colemerica Podcast and Unique Bar. Listen, we were just talking about this. No, look. I'm going to put this up. I want you to take a look at it. This is the new Daniel. You had that in your room. Look at that. Nick Saban's in there now.
That's what I think it'd be a great gift. Like, you have yours, the older one, when you were growing up. You got a son. You get it for him. You got it.
That's pretty cool. I'll leave it up there so you guys can take a look at it if you're on our YouTube channel. Bama Tailgate Daily is the show. The Bama Tailgate Show is something that it's been so much fun to do over the years. And so I'll put that up there. The code is Bama Tailgate, and you get a calendar when you spend over $50. You need that. All right, let's talk about this Alabama football. Okay, Alabama and Arkansas. This feels like a trap game.
It does. This morning, 11. Oh, it's early. The 11 a.m. You got to come out. You got to put this game in the middle. You saw Ole Miss with them last week. They were coming out their big win against LSU. We wondered how focused they would be on Arkansas. They walked through the first half, and then they pulled away. And they ended up winning just okay. The game went really in jeopardy, but the score was close. Right. And Arkansas covered. A&M came out and just put it to them from the beginning to Arkansas and put them away, and the game was over with after. That's what you need to see the Crimson Tide do today. Is you want to put this game to sleep. Everybody go back to bed by 12:30.
Put the other game in.
Right.
Notre Dame,
well,
USC.
I'll be at Unique. I'm going to have all the games on. We'll be up all the time.
Yeah, every game.
Yeah, every.
And that's what's cool about Unique too. Baseball playoffs there.
Yeah.
You got the NFL. You got the Sunday package.
Yeah. Soccer in the morning.
That's what you bought the bar. You just put up games.
Yeah. I will be honest that one of the reasons I like watching it in the beginning when I first started doing it is I never miss a game. Every game's over. My friends are like, yeah, I'm at work. It's 2:30 in the afternoon game. I can't watch it. I can't.
You're put it on and watch it.
Yeah.
So what's better, 11 a.m. or 8 p.m.? Like Mississippi State at 8 p.m.
Yeah, it did. They're both pretty bad. I would say for an away game, I'll take the 8 p.m. because people will come out and watch the game. They'll come out to the boards and stuff and watch the game at 8 p.m. At 11 a.m., they ain't getting a miss. Yeah, that's not happening. But this being a home game, I'll take the 11 a.m. over the 8 p.m. because there will be people out. You got the parade starting at like 7, and then here this morning, and then you got a lot going on. So you'll have people out during the game. Now we'll have a lull in the afternoon at the bars, but then it'll pick back up at night as everybody will get back out celebrating this win today.
So you're confident that Alabama's going to win the football game. You're not worried about this being a trap game at all.
I'm always worried about being a trap game with every game, but I do think we win this game.
KJ Jefferson, the quarterback for Arkansas, had a really good game last time he was in Tuscaloosa. He doesn't have Traylon Burke.
Yeah, he's missed some weapons that he had before, too.
Yeah, but still, I mean, he proved that he's a good player.
And this defense is a little bit better than we've seen the past few years. Last time he was here, what this defense. I have the utmost. Alabama's defense is the best unit that'll be on the field today. Right. Period. And as long as they come out and they set the tone, then we're good.
What do you look for Arkansas to try to do against them?
Well, Sam Pittman, he's an old line guy. He's an old offensive line guy. And I know in his world, he would love to win games in the trenches, but he knows that's not going to happen for their offensive side. He has KJ Jefferson, who is mobile. Get him out of the pocket. Try and create some plays that way. Look for them. One of the things that he does like to do is wide receiver screens and wide receiver screens and running back screens.
Yeah, and also they're gonna. The thing that I worry about with Alabama is, Malachi. We don't know if he's going to play next year, but I really feel like you need more against Tennessee in this game, just because you're probably going to be in nickel all the time. Next week, I think Tennessee's the only way to beat Alabama is spread them out like they did last year.
Right. And they're going to need to bring those same efficient.
I don't think, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a part of the game plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
But with all that said, though, I don't think Saban cares. I mean, I don't think if Malachi's ready to play,
he's going to play, right. And Nick's a smart guy. He sees the big picture, but part of the process is day to day. And can you help us win today? Because if we lose today, this season's done. He knows that. He knows that more than anybody. And he'll relay that to the team. He'll probably text it to him.
Yeah, I did see that.
He'll text it to him.
That's how you get. How about the eclipse today? They can nervous having an eclipse?
No, I think it's pretty cool, actually. I think there's going to be some really good photos taken around Bryant-Denny Stadium during the game.
Have you ever seen an eclipse before?
I mean, yeah.
It's been
a while.
Well, I know that they're out there, but not everybody pays attention.
Yeah. I remember being a kid, they would take you outside, you had like the whole few months thing.
Yeah, you had to look through.
Yeah. But
can you really go blind if you look at it?
Well, I don't know. They say that. I'm not one to chance it. I'm not a scientist.
I just don't know.
I'm more doing sports podcasts.
I want the science.
I gotta ask.
Give me the science behind
you can find out.
Yeah, you tell me. Look at it and tell me.
You do it.
Could you look
you know
at
what?
it?
I think that all the race fans have to look at it. For all the smack they talk and then got beat down by the Phillies. I think it's on them.
There's a lot of Braves fans that are trying to forget about baseball.
And I'm gonna keep
and concentrate on football. Can Bama win today without Malachi Moore?
Yes, we can. I think we're deep enough. I mean, it's obviously a loss. If he doesn't play, which we don't know. But if he doesn't, I think that we are deep enough to get by Arkansas down. Not the entire season. But next week, more important than this week, as far as meeting him, I don't think KJ can light us up and pick on replacements. Oh, bad audio. Yeah, that sounds like a Braves fan. They didn't like what was being said.
I had to start over again.
Oh, wow.
Because I believe they say the audio.
Yeah, that's not good.
All right, guys, I guess I'm going to start over again. I hate to do that, but I see that. Tell me in the comment section, is the audio better now or no?
He can yell if need be.
Thanks for the heads up. Hey, the audio's bad. Because it sounds great.
Yeah.
We'll start up.
Sounds good to me.
Do it.
The original Bama Football Tailgate Show is on the air. Alabama football is rolling, and we got you covered with a breakdown of the game matchup, an SEC preview, and all the fun of an afternoon on the quad with former Crimson Tide Sports Network broadcaster and SEC Network play-by-play voice, Mick Gillispie. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is presented by Yuengling Lager. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. The only beer you need at a Bama tailgate party. Pearl River Resort Casino and Hotel in Choctaw, Mississippi. Let's play. Now featuring the Sportsbook at the Timeout Lounge. Also brought to you by the Flora Bama world-famous beach bar and lounge in Orange Beach, Alabama. Genesis of Tuscaloosa, luxury with a national championship service department. Sevierville, your Smokies start here. Visit Sevierville.com. Tuscaloosa Hyundai. Hyundai, the longer you look, the more there is to like. R&R Cigars, home of the Cigar Mansion and Victory Cigar, 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa. Unique Bar on the Strip, home of the NFL, MLB, Premier League package. Catch all the games at Unique. Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports. Not too small, not too big. Tuscaloosa is pronounced just right. Visit Tuscaloosa.com. Pond Royale, located at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. And NewLifeArt.com, publisher of Fine Art Editions by Daniel A. Moore. Use the code Bama Tailgate for a discount at NewLifeArt.com. Now your host of the Tailgate Show, Mick Gillispie.
Roll Tide! This time for real. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here on the Bama Football Tailgate Show. The show is presented by Yuengling Lager, America's oldest brewery. And for the next 2 hours, and who knows how long, we're going to talk about number 11 Alabama and Arkansas, 11 o'clock at Bryant-Denny Stadium. On the show today, we got Chris Coleman from the Colemerica Podcast, Jimmy Hart from Visit Tuscaloosa, Kenny White, our buddy out in Vegas, Reagan from R&R Cigars, And we'll pick this week's games. Our buddy Chad Anderson, who's been part of the channel, the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, is going to be on, and Trip Rogers, who is the owner of this fine establishment here, Innisfree. This is the Bama Football Tailgate Show. It's presented by Yuengling Lager, America's oldest brewery. It's a sixth-generation American company, proud American company. And our friend Cheryl Yuengling, who's part of the company's ownership, is a proud Alabama grad. She puts a little bit of crimson love in each one of those green bottles. If you're looking for an alternative to Michelob Ultra, check out Yuengling Flight. We've got a bunch of swag here, including that really cool Yuengling bird shirt with the birds. It's got beers coming out of both. It's got one of those beer hats on. We're giving these away. We got koozies and pens and all that stuff. So come by Innisfree and grab some as we talk. Number 11, Alabama, 5-1 against Arkansas, 2-4 on the season. I'm Mick Gillispie. Great to have you guys on the show, on the channel. If you're listening on radio across the state of Alabama, roll tide, everybody. Thanks for being here. And if you're watching on our YouTube channel, the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, hey, thank you guys as well. Roll tide. All right, the scene looks like this. It's an early kickoff, 11 o'clock. No one likes the early kicks. Well, some of you do if there's football games to watch, but this is Auburn's time slot. We've slid right in there, and here we are at 11, so we're out of the gate early. It's such weird the way that college football does their times, right? So it's the early game today for the Crimson Tide, and they're coming off of a game where they beat Texas A&M, and they bring in some momentum. And that's the exciting part about what we're seeing right now, is that Alabama is starting to play good football. Yeah, they've got to cut down on the penalties. The team knows that. They're working hard on that. A lot of them were pre-snap penalties. And then obviously the penalty on the blocked field goal return that should have never happened. But I give the official terrible call, and I give Dallas terrible move. Like, both guys, not good. But Alabama is improving every time out. And I think that's what's really exciting about this game, which can be a trap game, knowing that Tennessee beat Alabama last year. They're coming to town, and then LSU after that. And then you're coming off of the win at Texas A&M, which has become a big rival to Alabama. So keep all of that in mind as we move forward here. On the show, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk Crimson Tide football with you. We're excited to welcome Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey officially back to the crew. We're going to do some Screwball drinks later on in the show to celebrate. We've got some of their swag that we're giving out, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This tailgate show, which is an extended version of the tailgate show for the online audience, we're so happy to have you here. Let me tell you guys about New Life Art, too. Daniel Moore has just released, and I'm one of the first people that actually has the picture, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So if you're watching on YouTube, you get to see it. And if you're not, hey, go to the YouTube channel and check it out. But it's hot off the presses. And if you use the code Bama Tailgate, will get a $50. If you spend $50, you get a free calendar with it as well, the New Life Art fine edition calendar. But this is really fantastic, and it's one that you guys had. It's the legacy continues the next 30 years. So this is all the Saban stuff, and wow, exciting. We got it first. We're going to talk about that and more, but when we come back, Chris Coleman's going to jump on the show, and we're going to talk Alabama and Arkansas. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is brought to you by Pearl River Resort and Casino in Choctaw. Now's a great time to make your picks count at the Timeout Sports Lounge and Sports Book. We're going to talk Alabama and Arkansas with you right after this quick break.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Alabama's ultimate sports destination, and a place for outdoor enthusiasts to thrive. It's a community rooted in history and one that's on the cusp of a burgeoning art scene, too. Tuscaloosa is vibrant, it's charming, and it's familiar. Its people welcome you with open arms and warm hellos into a community that's tied together. Tuscaloosa is our home.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Hey y'all, it's Jennifer from the Bama, and it's time for Bama Fun Facts. The Bama first opened in 1964, and we're celebrating our 59th year of doing it on the line. We host over 150 events every year, including Mullet Toss, Oktoberfest, Halloween Costume Party, Frank Brown Songwriters, Thanksgiving and Christmas Potluck, the biggest New Year's Eve party, and of course, the Polar Bear Plunge on January 1st. All the events, including our live music schedule, are available online at floribama.com.
Immerse yourself in the continuing dynasty of Alabama football with The Legacy Continues, a visually striking image from artist Daniel A. Moore. This sequel to Moore's 1992 sold-out painting, The Crimson Legacy, features iconic moments and memorabilia from the last 30 seasons of Tide football. Don't miss your opportunity to own this lasting tribute sure to be cherished by Bama fans for years to come. Pre-order The Legacy Continues now at danielmooreart.com.
Yingling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yingling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yingling, bring the goods.
R&R Cigars invites you to the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa. The best cigar selection and bourbon in the Southeast awaits you. 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa, near Home 2 Suites, or Northport, next to Winn-Dixie. TheCigarMansion.com.
See yourself in Sevierville, Tennessee. Your Smokies start here.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Back out at Innisfree, getting you ready for Alabama and Arkansas with our good buddy Chris Coleman from the Colemerica Podcast and Unique Bar. I feel like I just talked to you. How's it going? Roll Tide. Let me give you some volume here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Everyone can hear you now.
Happy game day.
Yeah, happy game day to you. Let's talk some football. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Alabama is involved in a trap game today at 11 o'clock. Will the solar eclipse play into this?
The solar eclipse is going to be awesome because it's going to give a lot of great photos to fans enjoying this Alabama win.
Have you ever run into a solar eclipse before?
No, I mean, you know, like I think I've told you before in the past, but you remember when we were kids, we looked at, like through the shoebox thing, and you look at it, but never directly. And my advice is for all Atlanta Brave fans to look directly at it, see if their eyes burn out or anything. They probably don't want to use them anymore anyway.
That was a tough one for the Braves.
That was great.
You're not a Braves fan.
I'm not a
well,
Braves
a lot
fan.
of Braves fans are Alabama fans, and they're tuning into football to forget about what happened.
That's a good call. They should just stop watching the Braves altogether and stick with Alabama football.
Stick with Bama football.
Yeah, find a better baseball team.
Alabama and Arkansas over the years. What's crazy is that Nick Saban took over. The series was 10 wins for Alabama, 7 wins for Arkansas
on the field.
And then all of a sudden, Bama's rolled off 16 straight on them.
Right. And this used to be a game, it was first game of the SEC season. We always started with Arkansas since they joined.
Right.
And the winner of this game went on to a good season, and the loser would not so much. It really told the tale of the season. And now, things have changed, and they're coming in on a 4-game losing streak. And that's Alabama. Has gotten better as the season's gone on, and you see the improvement. The O-line is improving. We saw the pre-snap penalties that you've talked about and everything that have to be fixed. They have to. You're not going to beat really good teams with those. But the improvement that you see from the team gives me a lot of hope for this team. Even ESPN bumped them up to now a 30% chance to make the playoffs.
Really?
That went up this week for Alabama. And, look, I think that Alabama, Georgia in the SEC title game is
You're getting
likely.
there. Well, let's not get there yet.
I'm already there. I'm over this trap game.
Yeah, you're over the trap game.
But I'm not Nick Saban. Nick Saban is focused on today.
Right, and that's what he's been great about. Our friend Jake Coker, who I do the Roll Tide Pods Elephant in the Room podcast with twice a week, said that when he was quarterbacking at Alabama, you'd do everything perfect a week like this.
Right.
And Coach Saban would just flip his top and say, we're doing it over again.
He's going to find something.
He's going to
find something. It's like when you had to clean the bathroom and your mom came to check it. You missed something.
Yeah, right.
It was never perfect.
I know about that.
Yeah.
What's better for you, Coleman? What's better? An 8 p.m. start time for a kickoff or 11 a.m. start time?
Well, 2:30 is perfect. 2:30
is great.
Yeah, 2:30 is great. But no, when we're here at home, 11 a.m. I think is better. Because people still come out. You see people still out. And everything. It helps that it's homecoming. You got the parade, but you still have people out early in the morning, and they'll be out tonight. Away games. 8 p.m. is better. Nobody's coming out at 11 a.m. except for a few. Most of the places won't even open up for an 11 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah, and that's where we are. But it's Arkansas, 4 straight losses. They want to get this game on, SEC Network or ESPN. And
Georgia and Vanderbilt are 11 a.m. also.
Right.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
This does not.
What are the things that you're looking for with Arkansas today?
I'm looking for them offensively to try and get KJ Jefferson out of the pocket some. Look for them trying to utilize screen passes, wide receiver screens. I think they'll take a couple of shots deep, but that really hasn't been what they do a lot of. They're more of a tight end, type team, but he's missing a couple of his weapons. And I think Bama's defense, with or without Malachi Moore, plays well today. And if they come out, they play well, and they set the tone from the jump, Bama handles this game.
I like the way that Alabama threw the ball last week. That was something that we didn't know if Jalen Milroe could do, right?
Well, we also didn't know the day before there was a lot of text messages about the entire health of Jalen Milroe and everything going on, and questions being asked, which fortunately he does play. And then he throws it deep. You nailed it. You said it. He's going to take his shots. He's going to hit some of them, and he did. Him and Burton had a great connection going, and it was a great game. What makes that game even bigger isn't just winning that game. It's for the future, because now other teams on the schedule are going, we have to guard against this too.
Yeah, no doubt. As we hang out with you listening across the state of Alabama on radio, or for those of you that are watching and hanging on YouTube, Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, Adam wants to know, with a $10 super chat, I think that's the first one I've ever gotten, by the way, do you think we'll see Justice Haynes? I think it's coming, Coleman. I think it's coming.
I have to agree. I think it has to come at some point. Yeah, it has to. But yeah, I actually think this would be a good game for him to play.
I do too. And he also says that Innisfree has great fried pickles. Maybe we'll try that during the break if we can get the audio to work right.
Believe me, my friend, I've had everything on Innisfree's menu. It's all good. The fried pickles, definitely a good call.
Taylor's talking about that Ole Miss played Arkansas too close, and that's what you worry about with Alabama. You don't want them to play this close. You want them to go out there and cover that 20-point spread.
Ole Miss coming off that big win against LSU. It was a big win for them, huge win. And they came into that game and they sleptwalked through the first half. He's exactly right. And you really thought they would wake up at some point, and they really didn't. That game stayed close the whole time. The game was never really in jeopardy. You didn't feel like it was in jeopardy watching it. You felt like Ole Miss had the win, but the scoreboard wasn't. Was what was in jeopardy.
Throwing out some of these Yingling keychains right here as we hang out at Innisfree. Things get wild in here early for these football
when
games.
you got Yingling swag, people are coming, buddy.
You want that, right?
Yeah.
Can Alabama win this game without Malachi Moore?
Yes. I think that we're deep enough. Obviously, we're better with him. It'd be great to have him. But I do believe we're deep enough without Malachi to win this game.
I do, too. He's in so many different packages, though, right? You got him in. You got him in the money package. You got him in the star package. He can also play the nickel and the dime and all that different stuff.
Well, let's dress him out, and if we absolutely have to have him, we can put him in. And if we don't need him, then maybe let's let him stand over on the side and get ready for a cigar week next week.
Yeah, right. And I think that's important, too.
I've been waiting. This is the longest we've waited in a long time to have a cigar.
Do you feel like Tennessee, and we're not getting into this too much.
Looking ahead.
We'll talk about this next week, but I feel like they rubbed in about 15 years worth of.
Oh, they absolutely did.
So that's why
they need it all back.
Everybody's excited, but you can't go there yet.
Right, but I want to bring this up too, though. Also, you've got Auburn LSU today, and if you remember Tommy Tuberville with the cigar in '99 when they went down in Baton Rouge, they light them up on the field, pass them out, took the little fine, whatever. And then didn't win in Baton Rouge for 20 years.
Wow.
And he called it the curse of the cigar. They didn't win back there again until, 21? A couple of years ago?
Yeah.
And so 20 years of losing there after he did it. Let's hope that's true for Tennessee.
I would love that to be true. All right, so you're a bar owner, Unique. It's one of our great partners here, great sports bar. You got all the, you got Yingling over there, which is great. Screwball, peanut butter whiskey.
Oh,
I can't even believe it. We're back
day.
again. I didn't know if we'd ever have our friend Screwball
Reese's
back.
shots. I'm glad we can do those on the show
bring them
again.
back.
Yeah.
What's the best fall tailgate drink at Unique?
Oh, best fall tailgate drink. You know what? If they keep making this kickoff at 11 a.m., it's probably going to be the Bloody Mary.
Right. You do a great Bloody Mary, too.
But I like my morning drink. I would go with the Coppertini. And that way it's a little bourbon because you got fall in the air. And you got I don't use the well bourbon. You get a good bourbon and make a Coppertini. That's a good drink to start the day with also.
Sounds like a great.
And with 11 a.m. kickoffs, we're going to need that.
Yeah, sounds like I could use a Coppertini after the way that the video started today. But at least radio's been going smooth.
Yeah,
so
we're
far,
good to go.
All right, so our buddies at New Life Art sent this over, and you and I get to look at this right here. And everyone, you get to see this as well, the debut of the legacy continues. So Daniel Moore, who I love Daniel Moore, I have for a long time. I've been a supporter of his work since I got to Alabama, which honestly has been over this 30-year period. That's the last one, right? But what's really cool is that they sent this and they were like, hey, you guys can be you can debut this thing out there right now. It's got the Heisman Trophy in there, Mark Ingram's jersey. I see some of the other Daniel Moore pictures with Nick Saban, and it's like a bedroom, an imaginary bedroom full of Alabama stuff, and it's the second one.
Yeah. Well, you had the old one, and everything that had a lot of you had the number 12 on the jersey, or the historic, iconic Alabama stuff, and now you got the new one, and I think that's really cool. I think it'd be cool because I know a lot of people that had that original one. You've got a kid, you got, times past, maybe grab them this one. I think that'd be a good move.
What's great is that you guys also get a discount. Just finished this painting. This is the text I got. Get a free calendar with any $50 or more purchase with Bama Tailgate or Mick Gillispie as your code. And I think this is great right
here. I'm
here.
going to go and tell you, my friends, somebody's going to get this print And then I'm going to be given the calendar as my gift.
That's what I'm talking about,
You got two gifts in one right there. That's what's going to happen.
That's what I mean, Coleman. You see, you're thinking
kidding,
the way
I'm
I'm thinking.
kidding.
What's like when you go and they're like, hey, if you buy this, you get the gift card.
I was
Right?
like, oh, okay. Well, there's I got two
I'll take
people I
that.
need stuff for. There you go.
All right, well, fill us in on everything going on at Unique this week.
So much going on. Obviously, game day, we're focused on that. Getting ready for Tennessee week next week. We have the NFL package every Sunday morning, open by 11 a.m. With every NFL game on. You've got MLB playoffs going on. You got college football. We're in the midst of like 50 out of 51 days. There's football on TV, and we have every game on. You've got international soccer. You've got club soccer. There's so much right now. It's there's never a day without a game on, and every game is on with us. Drink specials every night, acoustic acts on the weekend. It's a busy, busy time.
All right. Well, Coleman, great to see you. Roll Tide,
Yes,
my friend.
sir,
and we'll do it
Tide.
again next week.
We're going to enjoy this win.
And then next week it gets wild.
Cigars come out.
Oh, let's go. All right. We're at Innisfree in Tuscaloosa getting you ready for Alabama and Arkansas. 11 o'clock game. Thanks for hanging out with us on the original Bama Tailgate Show. When we come back, we're going to talk to Chris Stewart, our buddy and longtime voice at the Crimson Tide Sports Network. I said that, and then he said, yeah, you're right. And then I remembered that I've been there I was there with him a long time ago. So what's that say about me? All right, guys, we'll be right back to Innisfree to talk more Bama after this.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, Barry Buckner. It all adds up. Every time a Tuscaloosa Hyundai customer refers a friend or family member to come see us, we are truly grateful. I compare it to doubling a penny for 30 days. Believe it or not, by day 30, that one penny is over $5 million. Now that's adding up. I remind every Tuscaloosa Hyundai team member, it's only a satisfied customer who will give you a referral. That ultimate compliment earned by effort and excellence. And Tuscaloosa Hyundai has all the tools. A new vehicle lineup to meet any driving need. Premium pre-owned under 100,000 miles that we stand behind with our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty. Award-winning service, a company that values being named best of the best by our community. But above all, we are sincere in earning the trust that leads to a customer referral. And trust is priceless. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. Tuscaloosa Hyundai, corner of Skyland and Hargrove, TuscaloosaHyundai.com.
Hey, this is Reagan, owner of R&R Cigars, the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa, located at 2703 6th Street across from the Home 2 Suites. Come down to R&R and see why we're the ultimate cigar and bourbon experience. With over 165 bourbons and 5 private barrels, our selection of bourbon is unmatched. We have the best cocktails around, and our cigar selection is legendary. Our lounge and service are world-class. Come and experience the luxury of the mansion and see why it's a world-renowned cigar and spirits destination.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip, the best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
This is my great escape.
Where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Welcome back to the original Bama Football Tailgate Show, getting you set for Alabama and Arkansas, 11 a.m. kickoff, the kind that our next guest loves. And we're going to talk about those at Bryant-Denny Stadium, the early games, and what Nick Saban means to the process. But first, let me remind you guys that the Tailgate Show is brought to you by Sevierville. Visit Sevierville. Right now is a great time, fall, to visit the Smoky Mountains. You've got 4 different self-guided fall tours that drive you through the back roads and highlight historical points of interest and beautiful fall views. You can get maps and videos and more and make your plans at visitsevierville.com/fall. Really awesome time of year. I'm actually going up there in a couple weeks. So love the mountains. And Bama's going to be off here soon. I know a lot of you guys like to travel. So, and we got a ton of people in our audience that go to Sevierville. All right. Well, it's great to talk to the longtime broadcaster for the Crimson Tide Sports Network and my good buddy, Chris Stewart, man. Haven't had you on the show in a while. It's great to see you again and talk to you.
Always good to talk. Yeah, always good to talk to you, buddy. It's so funny because you and I go way back. I still can't believe I get to do what I do. And then when I'm referred to as long time, and it's accurate, it's on the money. I mean, it's been almost, well, in one role or another, going back to the cable television days when they were locally produced. I mean, it's more than 25 years ago when I started doing football and some baseball broadcast and basketball as well. But 24 on radio for baseball, 21 on basketball for play-by-play, going into my 22nd here pretty soon. It's crazy to think that it's really been that long.
Yeah. Well, I just try to make you feel a little older than me, because I don't like that term long-term either.
That alarm clock goes off, man. That alarm clock goes off, brother, and I feel as old as I need to feel, I promise.
Yeah, right. I was a student when you were doing baseball. Because I was doing the games on the college radio station. Now look at us now, a couple guys just.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, just listen. All right, so we've been there through the whole process. I feel like this season for Nick Saban has been, we're halfway there, but I just feel like that this has been one of the toughest seasons for the team, but it's also starting to turn into one of his most rewarding seasons because you can see the process starting to play out again, which we wondered, would this happen?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's kind of like walking around backstage at a Miss America pageant and going, okay, well, who's the ugliest woman here? They're all beautiful, but somebody's going to be prettier than others. That's a tough call sometimes on who that is. But in this case, good grief, how many teams would love to be in Alabama's spot right now? But the problem is, and I've said this before, probably on here with you, but I've said it many times, everybody else in America is judged against Alabama still. I know Georgia's won the last 2 titles, but when people are having big conversations, most of the time, the conversation is based on who you are versus Alabama. Alabama's teams are judged against the best of Alabama in the past. So this team right here, with a third-year quarterback but first-year starter in Jalen Milroe is being judged against Bryce Young, Matt Jones. Go through any of the guys that have been there, Tua and Jalen. That's an incredible run of quarterbacks that you've had. What is it, 4 starting quarterbacks now in the National Football League? That's a tough filter to be looked at through. And I said this the other day to somebody. I said, if this were maybe 10 years ago, the conversation about Jalen Milroe would be about, man, is he going to be great when he's a senior? Well, now the conversation is, all right, why aren't you great right now? Let's move on to somebody else. And that happened for a game. And then everybody realized what Nick Saban had a pretty good idea of, and that's that Jalen Milroe is your best option at quarterback. Go play. So I say all of that, Mick, to say that this team is not as good as some of the teams we've seen over the course of the last 15 years under Nick Saban, 15 or 16. But I don't think it's a bad football team. It's one that needs to get better. It's one that's got to improve. But I think they've definitely got the pieces to improve and to be a very good squad by the time this is all said and done.
What did you do to bring back Angry Saban? Was it one of the questions in your post-game interview with him?
I went, look, Nick, you know better than that.
No, I'm kidding, but I'm so glad he's back,
I know.
Chris. I missed him.
But, again, I think that's also twofold, Mick. Part of it is when you're watching on television, which is how most people consume a game, okay? There's a lot of people that are at Alabama games, but most of the people are watching on television, hopefully listening on radio, but most we know are watching on television. Well, when you're watching on TV, you're at the mercy of what the producer or director gives you, and shot-wise. So I've got a feeling Nick Saban was probably losing his mind some early in the year. You just weren't seeing it as often as you are right now. They may not have caught it as much. Now, that being said, I also don't think he was going off to the degree that he had in the past. And the reason I think that's the case, may be wrong. He may tell me I'm an idiot. I would deserve it. But I do feel like part of the reason is he knew that whether it was Jalen or one of the other two guys at quarterback, Ty or Tyler, it was going to be a learning curve for them. It was going to be a little bit of a rough road, rocky road early. And in Jalen's case, at the start of the year, if you say to him, if you jump him, like we've seen Saban jump before, and as he did this weekend, especially late when they threw the ball and it stopped the clock as opposed to that becomes a situation where your kid may blow up. Your kid goes with the mindset of, uh-oh, I'm coming out. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I wonder if I'm going to lose my job. That can be the mindset initially. Now that I think Jalen should be very clear and comfortable in knowing that the job is his, he can go play, and coach can go coach him and not worry about how it's heard or how it's received, and probably not having to worry about how he responds to it at that level. Terry and Arnold had the great statement last week that you've got to hear what coach says, not how he says it. And I think now Nick Saban is probably a little more free to say what he needs to say, however he wants to say it to the quarterbacks. And obviously right now that's primarily Jalen.
Yeah, look, it's been a really interesting season so far. And now Arkansas at 11 a.m. This is another tough game. I don't feel like this team can sleep on anyone. I mean, I really feel like they have to play good football to beat any of these teams on their schedule. But this is a good week for them to look past their opponent, because you got Texas A&M and Jimbo and what that's turned into, and then you got Tennessee coming up. But there's I was talking about this with Jake Coker on the Elephant in the Room podcast yesterday. There's never been a coach that's better at having his teams ready for these games because he hasn't lost these type of games because he's so cognizant of the fact that if the team's not ready, they could lose. And so I think he coaches them different. And that's what Jake was saying. The attention to detail on these weeks is really heightened by Nick Saban, or at least that's one of the tools he's used in the past. Have you noticed any of that stuff?
No, absolutely. And Jake obviously can speak to it better than I can, but I do think this Arkansas team, while they have not put together a very good record, is really dangerous, very competitive. Anytime you got a guy like KJ Jefferson at quarterback, you're going to have a chance to win. And they've been in position to do it. They just haven't been able to finish ball games. And if you let them hang around, you know, if you don't take their spirit away early, which I think Bama is capable of doing, but if you don't put them down early on, I think you can be in for a heck of a fight in the fourth quarter. Not that I'm saying Arkansas is looking for a reason to give up, but when pretty despondent pretty quickly. Long is hearing the message over and over again from their head coach about being locked in, being focused, and being on guard against a Razorback team that could be dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, you know what? One more question about Nick Saban, and you know, you get to talk to him. You get to go through the film study with him and stuff. What's that experience like? Seems like you get him laughing in there some, and you know, that's always good to see. I like happy Saban too, not just angry Saban.
Yeah. Well, for a second, I was like, what the heck are you talking about? He ain't bringing me into staff meetings, but you're referencing the TV show where he will break down a play on the home games afterwards. And yeah, he got a little cracked up the last time we did that. Was it Ole Miss at home, I guess?
The
Ole
block
Miss was
punt.
the last home game. They had the block punt. And normally when he does one of those plays, he references, and this set us up for this, or it set us up for this, and we did this from there. Well, if you recall, Bama blocks the punt. They got it 1st and goal at the 1 and immediately go backwards and only get 3 out of it. And he caught himself getting ready to set up what it allowed them to do, and he realized there was nothing really positive to talk about after that. And he kind of got tickled. But it's amazing, Mick. I bet that week, in the week from when that aired through Saturday of the next week, I bet I had 15 people reference that to me and say almost exactly what you did about seeing him kind of laugh, kind of happy. And make no mistake, he wasn't really happy, but he did kind of crack himself up that he'd gone to all this effort to draw up this great play that did occur, and then we got diddly squat out of. Well, we got 3, but it easily should have been 7 that Bama got out of it. So wasn't much to talk about positive afterwards, but it was positive in the moment that they, at least got the job done in special teams.
Yeah, and also maybe we won't go out of shotgun from the 1-inch line anymore. You know.
No comment, but I would say.
Yeah. Well, he said that. You know?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, Chris, great talking to you.
What he says goes. So I got to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take his word for it. Keep up the great work, though, man. We've talked about you a lot, and love listening to you on the football games and watching you on the shows, and and obviously everything else you do, basketball coming up as well. So keep up the great work, man. Roll Tide.
Thanks, buddy. All Roll Tide. Always great to talk to you.
You too. All right, that's Chris Stewart. When we come back, we're going to talk more Alabama and Arkansas. The original Bama Tailgate Show rolls on right after this.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, Barry Buckner. It all adds up. Every time a Tuscaloosa Hyundai customer refers a friend or family member to come see us, we are truly grateful. I compare it to doubling a penny for 30 days. Believe it or not, by day 30, that one penny is over $5 million. Now that's adding up. I remind every Tuscaloosa Hyundai team member, it's only a satisfied customer who will give you a referral. That ultimate compliment, earned by effort and excellence. And Tuscaloosa Hyundai has all the tools. A new vehicle lineup to meet any driving need. Premium pre-owned under 100,000 miles that we stand behind with our exclusive million-mile warranty. Award-winning service, a company that values being named best of the best by our community. But above all, we are sincere in earning the trust that leads to a customer referral. And trust is priceless. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. Tuscaloosa Hyundai, corner of Skyland and Hargrove, TuscaloosaHyundai.com.
Hey, this is Reagan, owner of R&R Cigars, the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa, located at 2703 6th Street across from the Home 2 Suites. Come down to R&R and see why we're the ultimate cigar and bourbon experience. With over 165 bourbons and 5 private barrels, our selection of bourbon is unmatched. We have the best cocktails around and our cigar selection is legendary. Our lounge and service are world class. Come and experience the luxury of the mansion and see why it's a world-renowned cigar and spirits destination.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip. The best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pot.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Roll Tide, everybody. Welcome back to the original Bama Tailgate Show, brought to you by Yuengling Lager. And our remote today is proudly presented by Screwball, the original peanut butter whiskey. We're going to do a Screwball drink in the second hour of the show with Tripp, the owner of Innisfree, and talk to you about that. And let me tell you guys about R&R Cigar. They invite you to come down to the Cigar Mansion in Tuscaloosa. Best cigar collection and bourbon selection in the Southeast awaits you. R&R is your home for all sports. Outsource your man cave to R&R, 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa, near Home 2 Suites. That's cigarmansion.com. Always great to hang out with Jimmy, Mouth of the House. No. Jimmy, Mouth of the South, but it's not. He's really from up north. Jimmy Hart from Visit Tuscaloosa. What's up, brother? I know you hear that all the time, though.
Enough, yeah.
You've heard that enough. Were you weren't a wrestling guy growing up, though?
Not too much, no. But Yeah, it's impossible to be ignorant of it, right?
Yeah, right. So the Harts, like the Hart family, was there, the Hart Foundation in wrestling, was there like other Harts? Did you have an Owen Hart or did you?
Actually, we were big Bret Hart fans in our family, to be honest.
I love that. This segment's brought to you by Tuscaloosa Hyundai, the Elantra, the Sinatra, and an SUV like the Tucson or the Kona. No side stickers at Tuscaloosa Hyundai. All right. Well, it's great to see you again and always, talk about Visit Tuscaloosa and what's going on in Tuscaloosa. But I got to ask you about this. Are you surprised at all about this football season? Feels like Alabama's got some momentum.
It has been kind of an odd start to the year, hasn't it? I felt there was definitely a moment of panic early, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. But things have really come together. I've been really impressed with how the defenses look, how some of those guys have stepped up and really taken on those leadership roles. And I think we've got a couple wide receivers who are ready to make their mark.
Yeah, so do I. Well, Jermaine Burton last week had just a huge game.
Yeah.
And I think that made a big difference for Alabama and his ability to kind of be that first step out guy that we've had since 2021 with Jamison Williams and John Mechie, right? Just to come out and make, 9 catches and almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think that's something that's really helped this Alabama team moving forward is that, hey, you got a go-to guy now.
Exactly. Sometimes you need to know who's going to make the play for you. And I think now they know.
So this stretch now in Tuscaloosa is a big stretch, not just for Alabama football, right, with Arkansas, Tennessee, and LSU, but also economic impact. Tell us about that. What's an economic impact stretch like this do for the city?
Oh, man, it's really hard to get a full picture of it.
Yeah.
And most people don't see how much activity really gets stirred up because you have to think about it. It's not just the fans coming into the game, but it's all that support staff, all the people who come in and work security, work in hotel rooms, all of those things. We've done the research and we know that a typical football weekend, if you're going to say your typical weekend is going to come in at about a $20 million economic impact for Tuscaloosa County. Yeah. And for homecoming, that's even better because there are all of those activities that surround homecoming weekend from the bonfire and the reunions, parents coming in to visit their kids here, all of the alumni stuff that's going on. So we might hit 25 million. We might hit 30 million depending on how generous people feel.
I've always talked about this when I lived in Tuscaloosa and I loved living here. I live in Fairhope now, but I love living there too. I love the state of Alabama, right? When Nick Saban took over as head coach, my property value went way higher. Do you guys feel the same way too? I used to talk about that all the time. This guy has this economic impact that you really can't even calculate, I don't think. The Saban impact.
Right. It is really crazy to think about what he earns and the fact that he is still underpaid compared to what he's done, not just for this town, but the university brand.
Yeah.
For all of these merchants down University Boulevard, it's a difference maker.
Yeah. And for you guys that go out around the country and promote Tuscaloosa, I'm sure that's where it always starts, right? Well, it's, Alabama football.
Absolutely. I've got a buddy from Oklahoma who is convinced that all Crimson Tide fans are in on a big con where we're committed to saying roll tide to each other at the airport or wherever, because we're all just making bets on the side. Hey, I bet you $20 someone says roll tide to me at the airport in Seattle, Washington, or wherever we're at. And sure enough, roll tide.
Yeah, it does happen, man. I know when someone's not really an Alabama fan and they'll go Bama. And I'm like, no, it's roll tide. No, it's roll tide. We say roll tide here, but I'll take a go Bama. I'll send back a roll tide.
Absolutely.
From Tuscaloosa. All right, morning football. What do you think about morning football? 11 a.m. game, morning football. Are you a fan of that, or would you rather have the 8 o'clock game?
I'd rather have the 8 o'clock game.
Really?
But
I wasn't expecting that from you.
The morning games provide an opportunity that if you're ready for them can be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind a nice Blackstone topped breakfast, with some great eggs and a burrito, and maybe some French toast. And I don't mind a few mimosas or a Bloody Mary in the morning to start my tailgating either.
What's the best Bloody Mary you've ever had? If you're saying, all right, Jimmy Hart's Bloody Mary, and I'm going to tell you, Brick and Spoon makes one heck of a Bloody Mary.
Absolutely.
And they have one in Tuscaloosa. They have one down in Orange Beach. One of the best Bloody Marys you can have.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you mine first, and then I'll listen to yours. Mine is, I like all the stuff in there. Like I like crab meat in my Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Big jumbo lump crab. I like it spicy. Okay. You want to put an egg in there? I'm down for that.
Okay.
You like bacon? Put the bacon in. I don't even like okra, but I'll eat okra in my Bloody Mary. I want it to look like some kind of a plant when
like
they
a nice
hand it
bouquet.
Yeah, like a bouquet. What about you? What's Jimmy Hart's Bloody Mary look like?
I'm probably a little simpler than that. I definitely like mine spicy. Lots of black pepper.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the celery salt around my rim.
I do too.
But olives are pretty much all I need as far as the fruit and vegetable go.
Olive is a very underrated fruit.
Yes. Agreed.
Is it a fruit or vegetable? Whatever it is, it's underrated.
It is underrated. Yes, we're going to stick with that. Now, you can put the bacon, the crab meat. You can even put a Slim Jim in mine if you want.
Oh, yeah. But you remember Macho Man? He used to fight Bret Hart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love the Macho Man. What are you going to dress up for Halloween? I thought about being Macho Man. That would be funny, right?
Yeah. So, as a native Kansan, the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift couples costume is definitely tempting this year.
You just took me somewhere. Floor Bama's having this $2,000 winter Halloween costume contest, and that's where we do all of our road game shows.
Do you think you can get a mustache out?
I think I could. But look, I might. I don't know. I've met the guy. I got a picture with him on there on my phone. I like him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't look as athletic, but for you could make it
for Halloween.
I was thinking like talking about doing Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton would be a funny one.
That would be great. Islands in the Stream.
Yeah, Islands in the Stream. All right. Let's talk about new in Tuscaloosa. What do you got new in Tuscaloosa? What can everyone that is coming for these next two big games after today, what can they come and check out here?
All right. If you have not been down and around Timerson Square lately, you absolutely need to.
Really?
The new Jack Brown's Burger just opened.
Right next to my old bar. I used to bartend at Boo Radley's. Which is now, it's now top shelf, but right next to it.
Yes.
Love that place.
Fantastic. If you haven't been to Decades Pub and Grub down there yet,
I haven't.
Highly recommend it. The Pacino sandwich is my favorite sandwich in town. For now, I haven't been to the new Deli Press yet that just opened up in Northport.
Really?
Opened by Justin that owns Southern Ale House.
Oh, great restaurant.
Yes. So the quality is going to be great, but I haven't been there. But the big thing we cannot wait for, we're a couple weeks away from Tuscaloosa Oktoberfest. It's on the off week, so you've got no excuse to miss it.
Really?
Yep.
So what's this entail?
All right. So the 28th of October, that's a Saturday. It's going to start with a 5K sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. If you run in the 5K, you get free admission and a free beer at Oktoberfest.
Really?
As well as a commemorative stein. If you're not running in the 5K, you can come out for $10 admission. You get a commemorative Tuscaloosa sign. Entry to Oktoberfest. We're going to have all kinds of German beer, food, desserts, live music, a Datsun race, a stein holding competition.
Yeah.
So fun for the whole family. The main event will run from 11 to 5.
That sounds awesome.
TuscaloosaOktoberfest.com.
That sounds like a good time.
It will be. And you know what? We probably need to get you a VIP ticket.
I love VIP. Look, I'm always about VIP. Last week, Jen at Floor Bama, I walked by. I was like, "Oh, you guys got some new shirts in there." And she was like, "What size?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is ever since the I've been on a hot streak lately. I'll just put it like that. So yeah, put me right in there. I love VIP. Love VIP. And I'd love to run in the, I'm 5 miles every day, even though I don't look like it. And it's fun to kind of have that thing to work, like the running to look forward to. Normally I'm just kind of just doing it to get exercise. And if I miss a day, my body's like, what are we doing, man? Like, let's get out there.
Yeah.
I got too much stored up energy,
I really admire that. If you see me running, there's probably going to be blue flashing lights not far behind.
Somebody's trying to track you down. Well, come back. Can you come back? Come back for LSU.
Will do.
That's it. That's not too long from now. I always love hanging out with Jimmy Hart from Visit Tuscaloosa and talking about everything that we got going on here in our fair city. Anything else that you want to get into before we go to break for the second hour of the show?
Hey, just roll tide. This is going to be a great weekend.
All right, roll tide, everybody. When we come back, we're going to make our picks count at Pearl River Resort with Kenny White from out in Vegas and Reagan. More of the original Bama Tailgate Show coming up.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Alabama's ultimate sports destination and a place for outdoor enthusiasts to thrive. It's a community rooted in history and one that's on the cusp of a burgeoning art scene too. Tuscaloosa is vibrant, it's charming, and it's familiar. Its people welcome you with open arms and warm hellos into a community that's tied together. Tuscaloosa is our home.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Hey y'all, it's Jennifer from the Bama, and it's time for Bama Fun Facts. The Bama first opened in 1964, and we're celebrating our 59th year of doing it on the line. We host over 150 events every year, including Mullet Toss, Oktoberfest, Halloween Costume Party, Frank Brown Songwriters, Thanksgiving and Christmas Potluck, the biggest New Year's Eve party, and of course, the Polar Bear Plunge on January 1st. All the events, including our live music schedule, are available online at FloorBama.com.
Immerse yourself in the continuing dynasty of Alabama football with The Legacy Continues, a visually striking image from artist Daniel A. Moore. This sequel to Moore's 1992 sold-out painting, The Crimson Legacy, features iconic moments and memorabilia from the last 30 seasons of Tide football. Don't miss your opportunity to own this lasting tribute sure to be cherished by Bama fans for years to come. Pre-order The Legacy Continues now at DanielMooreArt.com.
Yingling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yingling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yingling, bring the goods.
R&R Cigars invites you to the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa. The best cigar selection and bourbon in the Southeast awaits you. 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa, near Home 2 Suites, or Northport, next to Winn-Dixie. TheCigarMansion.com.
See yourself in Sevierville, Tennessee. Your Smokies start here.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Welcome back to the original Bama Football Tailgate Show, and it's great to have all of you guys with us for the second hour of the show as Alabama gets set to take on Arkansas. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff across the state of Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium. The Crimson Tide looking to continue the success that they've had, and we're covering it for you. I want to remind you that our show is brought to you by Yuengling Lager, America's oldest brewery. And this segment, playing the odds at Pearl River Resort with Kenny White and his Kenny White Power Ratings, and Reagan from R&R Cigars, always brought to you by our friends at Pearl River Resort. So, guys, we had another week of action, and another week where I won just a game. Reagan, you and me had the same record last week, which isn't going to help me out a whole lot. But I'm about to pop up the standings right now. As we sit here, and there they are. You guys are tied for first now. Where are they? Well, no, they're not. You can't see them. So I've got to put them in a different category. But anyway, you guys are tied for first. And then I am a few games back. Well, a lot of games back. And that's just kind of how it goes right now. You guys are 10-8, and I'm 4-16, which is very unfortunate.
You hear that, Sissy? We're tied for first.
If you're not first, you're last.
If you're not first, you're last. I feel like I've got to get this graphic up here before there we go. Now you guys can see Reagan and Kenny at 10-8, and then I'm 4-14. All right. Enough of that. Let's get into this week's games. We'll start with the game of the week. Everyone's really excited about this one. It's in a West Coast game. The Pac-12 in its last season of existence, the way that it is right now. This year's been a really good year for this conference. There's some pretty decent teams out there, and these are two of them. You got Bo Nix and number 8 Oregon against one of my favorite players, Michael Penix, and number 7 Washington. Washington's at home. They're a 3-point favorite. Kenny, I'm going to let you go first this week. It's closer to you out in Vegas. What do you got on this one?
Should be, best game of the weekend. I'm sure this is the game day that ESPN will be at. Oregon, great start to the season. I really like what Dan Lanning's done with this team. And Washington as well. Kalen DeBoer, really good coach. Loved him at Fresno. So this is just the best game you could watch all weekend. Now, last year, Oregon lost at home in this football game, 37-34. That's kind of what game we're expecting, that type of game this year. But I'm going to factor that home revenge in, and I will take Oregon here plus the 3 points.
Yeah. Yep. Reagan, tied for first. You go second.
Tied for first. Look, it's a wild one. People are tuning in. I agree. This is a marquee matchup because people like to watch Penix, and he is an exciting player. And I really do believe in the old saying that the Penix mightier. I do. And I think he is one of the marquee players in college football, and, not an absentee father. I can't bet on Oregon. I really can't. You can find pictures of me and Raina all over the place. I haven't found a picture of Bo Nix and his kid. So I like Michael Penix. I love what Dan Lanning's doing at Oregon. I really do. I think when he gets out of Oregon, he's gonna probably win a national championship somewhere. But I don't think it's at Oregon. So give me Washington. I think you guys are always talking about, home dog or, the home team, how important that is. And I'm actually buying into that this week with Washington at home.
Reagan, for different reasons, you and I are on the same page. Look, this is a matchup here where the winner of this football game, the quarterback that wins this football game, is all of a sudden now one of the front runners for the Heisman Trophy. So is that Bo Nix, who's had this 80% completion rate, or is it Michael Penix Jr., who was so good before he got injured at Indiana? Now all of a sudden he's got Washington at number 7. The winner of this football game also is going to have a premier win. I'm taking the home team. I like Penix as well. I've liked him for a long time. I think this is going to be a battle. It could come down to 3-point. I wouldn't be surprised if this game pushed. I mean, the way that these two teams have played could be a back and forth affair. Oregon's gone on the road and had the big win at Texas Tech, but I think Washington is going to beat them. The winner of this game, though, is in control, I think, of the of the Pac-12. And then moving forward, with Notre Dame playing at USC later today, things could really be different in this whole than that whole conference when we're done after today's action. All right, let's go into the second game. Reagan, I'll let you go up first. Texas A&M at Tennessee. Number 18, Tennessee, coming to Tuscaloosa next week. Texas A&M coming off the tough loss to Alabama.
Yeah, I saw a thing about like A&M doesn't win on the road, Tennessee doesn't lose at home. I don't know. It's a really weird one. There's like this dude. So like there's like a solar eclipse happening on Saturday. Okay. So like, I mean, look, they're talking about how you can safely watch the solar eclipse, during the Alabama game, which it's like, why would I want to watch the solar eclipse when Alabama's on? I don't know. And I don't have one of those little boxes to like watch the solar eclipse. But long story short, I'm going somewhere with this. Anything can happen on Saturday because of this damn solar eclipse. So for reasons beyond me, I just have a gut feeling that Texas A&M wins. And I'm going with my gut. I'm going with the solar eclipse, doing some weird stuff. And I'm going to take Texas A&M on the road.
All right, Texas A&M on the road. Look, I'm going second. Kenny, you're third. Tennessee's going to win this football game, and it's because of Texas A&M secondary. We saw Alabama rip right through them. Now, Joe Milton may have to run for his life, and I know that this year Tennessee hasn't been quite as pass happy as they were last year with Hendon Hooker, but they're still going to be able to throw the ball on Texas A&M. I think this is going to be a close game, but I think when it's all said and done, Tennessee wins, and that sets up a big cigar game next week in Tuscaloosa. Kenny?
Yeah, this could be a really good game. A&M needs to be able to bounce back from last week in Tennessee. They need to continue to roll the way they have. Joe Milton's impressed me. I wasn't a big believer at the beginning of the year, but starting to believe in him a little bit. But I'm going to take A&M here. I'm going to take the points. I'll go with the Aggies. I think they have that bounce back game. Going to be a really tough game, though. I really didn't have a big difference from the betting line and my line.
Yeah, I hear that. All right, guys, last one. Kenny, you stay in there. Tell me about the power ratings as you tell us who's going to win. Number 10 USC at number 21 Notre Dame. By the way, a 3-point game here.
You got it. The power ratings, NHL's out. You get the projections every day, and the power ratings at Major League Baseball has been really good in the playoffs so far. Bet a lot of the underdogs. You also get all the college football and all of the NFL. Now, it's not just power ratings. You get each game projected out from those ratings with a projected final score for every game this week and every game that hasn't been played for the entire season. So you can look at the team's schedules, who they play, who my projected scores are on those games, those future games that haven't been played yet. So already have the scores built in, and then I get the season win totals for you too. So it's much more than just power ratings. It is projections as well. And I'm projecting Notre Dame to win this week. I think they got a great team. I think they had a huge letdown, 2 letdown weeks. I think they let down after they lost to Ohio State in a game we know they should have won.
Yeah.
It was a Notre Dame win. That is demoralizing for young kids at that age. They bounced back. They did get the win versus Duke, and I think they were looking ahead. I don't think they thought Louisville was that good. I think they were looking ahead to USC. They have the athletes. They have the better defense. I think Notre Dame wins this game at home by a touchdown.
All right. Great stuff, Kenny. Now, Reagan, you've got a big week coming up. So pick this game and then tell us everything going on at R&R with Tennessee coming to town next week.
Okay. I don't like this game. I think both teams are very overrated. I think honestly, if you put Jalen Milroe at USC, I think USC is undefeated, and Jalen Milroe is the Heisman candidate. If you put Caleb Williams at Alabama, I think Alabama has 2 to 3 losses. But on the flip side, Notre Dame's just not very good. They've looked really like I was looking at it. They haven't had a game where they looked really good, I guess, other than NC State. But versus Ohio State, 14 points versus Duke, 21 points versus Louisville, 20 points. They got Sam Hartman in. I don't think that USC can keep Notre Dame from scoring 20 points, but I do believe that USC will probably score about 40 or 50 points, and I just don't think Notre Dame can keep up with that. I'm going to take USC on the road, and I guess USC's getting 3 points or giving?
Notre Dame is a 3. Yeah, USC's getting 3.
Yeah, give me USC and 3 points on the road. I love a road dog, and I do. So, yeah.
All right. And then R&R. What do you got going on at R&R? Next week. I mean, and I know we'll be talking about this later on this week. But
we have so much going on. We have my favorite game of the year, the Alabama-Tennessee game, the cigar game. We have the official victory cigar of the Alabama-Tennessee game. It's by La Flor Dominicana, the Smoking Elephant. Go to rnrcigars.com and enter promo code ROLLTIDE for 20% off and free shipping. Or you can just come in and buy them. You can do either. And, we're going to be, going crazy over the next 7 days, selling all the victory cigars because I'm pretty sure Alabama's going to win this one.
There you go. rnrcigar.com, promo code ROLLTIDE for that one. Thank you, Reagan, and thank you guys. I'm going to pick this game as well, and I'll tell you right now that Notre Dame is going to hold true at home. They're going to beat USC, and this will knock USC right out of the top 10 and get them out of the way. This will probably be the first of a couple losses where they'll have a tough time stopping Notre Dame, and Notre Dame can change the whole trajectory of their season with a win. That's why this game's so important. They lose this one. Now all of a sudden they've lost 3 games this year, and this season is an absolute disaster when we thought they might be able to contend for a national championship. All right, nice job, guys. Don't forget, coming up next, we are going to talk Alabama and Arkansas. The game kicks off at 11 o'clock. More of the original Bama Football Tailgate Show coming up.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, Barry Buckner. It all adds up. Every time a Tuscaloosa Hyundai customer refers a friend or family member to come see us, we are truly grateful. I compare it to doubling a penny for 30 days. Believe it or not, by day 30, that one penny is over $5 million. Now that's adding up. I remind every Tuscaloosa Hyundai team member, it's only a satisfied customer who will give you a referral. That ultimate compliment earned by effort and excellence. And Tuscaloosa Hyundai has all the tools. A new vehicle lineup to meet any driving need. premium pre-owned under 100,000 miles that we stand behind with our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty. Award-winning service, a company that values being named best of the best by our community. But above all, we are sincere in earning the trust that leads to a customer referral, and trust is priceless. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. Tuscaloosa Hyundai, corner of Skyland and Hargrove, TuscaloosaHyundai.com.
Hey, this is Reagan, owner of R&R Cigars, the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa, located at 2703 6th Street across from the Home 2 Suites. Come down to R&R and see why we're the ultimate cigar and bourbon experience. With over 165 bourbons and 5 private barrels, our selection of bourbon is unmatched. We have the best cocktails around, and our cigar selection is legendary. Our lounge and service are world-class. Come and experience the luxury of the mansion and see why it's a world-renowned cigar and spirits destination.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You've heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip. The best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Roll Tide, everybody. Getting you ready for Alabama and Arkansas. That's 11 a.m. kickoff at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And this is our drive to a championship tailgate. It's brought to you by Genesis of Tuscaloosa. Chad Anderson joins the show.
What's up, buddy?
Buckner. Hey, what's up, man? I was going to tell you about Barry Buckner and his staff. They bring you award-winning service department right there on Hargrove Road and Skyland Boulevard. Find out for yourself. Welcome back to Innisfree. If you've been here before, we got a great crowd. People coming to hang out, get ready for the game.
I mean, I've hit the free up a few times in my life. Yeah, I've hit it up a few times in my life. So, yeah, amazing atmosphere. SEC home games are always special. And Arkansas coming into town, just one of those annoying teams, Mick.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that.
They're so annoying. It's just a game that it's one of those games that you gain nothing from. If you win, you're supposed to win.
Right.
It can only build the internal confidence. If you play it tight, or if they come out and kind of hit you in the mouth or have some tricks up their sleeve, or make it close, you got everything to lose, and then everybody's against you for the next week. So,
are you a trick up your sleeve guy, or you play it pretty
well
next to the vest?
I'm more next to the vest guy, but Sam Pittman's got some big sleeves, so
he does.
He's got he pulled them out last year too. People forget.
You see, Reagan did the impression. He did the impression of Sam Pittman.
No, I missed that part because I was too distracted by Reagan saying that USC was going to hang 48 on Notre Dame tomorrow night. Like, I don't know what Reagan's had to drink today, but
he doesn't drink. That's the scary part.
Maybe he should say he does.
That would be an excuse.
Yeah.
Biggest fear versus most confident today. Biggest fear versus most confident, Alabama and Arkansas.
Biggest fear is the offense comes out a little bit flat, because of such a high from last week.
Yeah.
Alabama did so well on offense. Now, obviously the running game didn't have the statistics that you would want or expect, but people expected A&M to load the box, stop the run, and put a lot of pressure up front and challenge Jalen Milroe to go deep. So it's going to be near impossible for Milroe and the offense to replicate what they did through the air last week, just because of how special that was given the circumstances and the atmosphere and on the road and so forth. So that's one I'm a little, that'll just be tough to do. Flip side of the coin, I think the defense is going to get after KJ Jefferson. But early on in Nick Saban's career in Tuscaloosa, what was the one thing that everybody always complained about Saban with in the defenses? And this is Kirby Smart's defense.
That they didn't blitz enough.
Well, they didn't blitz a lot, but they also struggled with running quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, Remember, you're right.
That was always the comment. They always get beat by running quarterbacks. They struggle with running quarterbacks. You go to Bo Wallace, Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, you just on and on and on. And Auburn would expose that a lot, right? With Gus Malzahn, either as the offensive coordinator or the head coach. And that was always the narrative. And I think somewhere along the line, Nick Saban just got tired of hearing about it. Because now you go back and look, Alabama actually defends that stuff very well. So I really expect them to get after KJ Jefferson. We've talked this week. He's a feast or famine guy. 12 touchdowns, but also 6 picks. That's a lot of interceptions. I mean, when you're averaging 1 pick per game, that's a lot for an SEC talented quarterback who's in year 3, year 4 now at Arkansas. So I'm looking. Well,
Alabama's been opportunistic too, man. They've got more turnovers this year than they had all of last year. That was one of the biggest weaknesses that team had last year, Chad, is that they just weren't able to get the turnovers. These guys get turnovers and they convert them into points. Block punt, block field goal, both should have been touchdowns. Both weren't. Totally different story on why each one of them. But then, interceptions. Braswell took one to the house. They you had the big play last week against Texas A&M. Alabama gets pressure on the quarterback, and then those guys in the secondary make plays.
They do. And I think they'll make plays whether Malachi Moore plays today or not. I think they're going to be able to get after him and put a lot of pressure on Jefferson. What's funny is how many people would give Pete Golding grief from years past, right?
Don't you miss that? Have you heard any Kevin Steele grief this year?
No. All I hear about is how people will, hand over the family dog to Kevin Steele if he wants it. I mean, these people love what Kevin Steele has done and kind of gone back to the Alabama defense of old with Kirby and with Jeremy Pruitt. And you look at what Golding did, and it's like it set the fan base back. They were just miserable watching all these points get scored. And now Steele, my favorite play of the year so far, Mick, favorite defensive play was 4th and 16, Ole Miss game in Tuscaloosa. Ole Miss around the red zone, 4th down, nearing the end of the game. And instead of sitting back in that prevent, Kevin Steele blitzes straight up the middle with double safeties and puts pressure on the quarterback. And I just love that. He's an aggressive, attacking, get after it type of defense, and so glad to have that reputation back for Alabama.
Yeah, look, and this is what Innisfree's all about. We got Holt back here. You remember Holt? His friends. He's got a Gator friend back here as well. And we've got, and Chad, I got to tell you, the big news today is that Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey's back. So Tripp and I are going to do a Screwball shot in that honor. Nothing makes a tailgate a better tailgate, even the morning tailgate, than Screwball the original peanut butter whiskey. Have you ever had that before?
I have. My mother-in-law loves it as well. She just sips on it. And I want to tell the listeners and the viewers real quick, this is no lie. Mick calls me today. I'm on the golf course. I'm out trying to enjoy 18, maybe I was in the rough, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm out here just trying to enjoy a round on a Friday afternoon before tonight's show. Mick calls me up. He sounds like the kid calling his buddy on Christmas morning to tell him about the gift he got. You won't believe it. Screwball's back. These guys are back. We get to promote and get to have the shots again. So
then the drinks.
I know you're excited. Yeah, the drinks.
Yeah, they sold. Basically, what happened was we've been a partner for a while, and they sold. And then so we kind of, met the new people, and we all decided that we needed to be a team again. So we're back to being a team again. Yeah. Talking about the team, Trip Rogers, who owns Innisfree and is actually a really good football fan, big time Alabama guy, is going to jump on with us next segment, Chad. And he's going to talk about this football game. He goes to a lot of the games and all of that. Before we get there, though, quickly, Arkansas versus Alabama memories. Top Alabama, Arkansas memory was the Darren McFadden, Felix Jones game in Tuscaloosa, Nick Saban's first year, where Alabama got slaughtered and still won the football game.
Yeah, that was that was my senior year. I loved it. That was such a great game. I'm going to go one extra though. I'm going to go sentimental route. I used to go to games with my grandfather all the time. And one that stands out, even though nobody likes him as a coach anymore with Franchione, Bama went to Fayetteville on a Saturday night, and on the first play of the game in 2002, Shad Williams busted it up the middle for 80 yards and a touchdown. Alabama beat them 30-12. They never looked back. They owned the Razorbacks that night, and it was more that game, the spark, kicking their butt in their own stadium, and my granddad with me. That was such an amazing Arkansas game.
Was that your granddad that used to be the principal at Brookwood High School?
No, that's a different granddad. That was Catfish's dad. Yeah, the other granddad. Yeah,
he used to spank. Heard he used to spank over there.
He did. Yeah,
word on the street was he was the spanking principal.
There's no word on the street. He went old school. All right,
he was old school. All right, when we come back, Trip's going to be here. More of the original Bama Tailgate Show from Innisfree right after this.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, Barry Buckner. It all adds up. Every time a Tuscaloosa Hyundai customer refers a friend or family member to come see us, we are truly grateful. I compare it to doubling a penny for 30 days. Believe it or not, by day 30, that one penny is over $5 million. Now that's adding up. I remind every Tuscaloosa Hyundai team member, it's only a satisfied customer who will give you a referral. That ultimate compliment earned by effort and excellence. And Tuscaloosa Hyundai has all the tools. A new vehicle lineup to meet any driving need. Premium pre-owned under 100,000 miles that we stand behind with our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty. Award-winning service, a company that values being named best of the best by our community. But above all, we are sincere in earning the trust that leads to a customer referral, and trust is priceless. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. Tuscaloosa Hyundai, corner of Skyland and Hargrove, TuscaloosaHyundai.com.
Hey, this is Reagan, owner of R&R Cigars, the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa, located at 2703 6th Street across from the Home 2 Suites. Come down to R&R and see why we're the ultimate cigar and bourbon experience. With over 165 bourbons and 5 private barrels, our selection of bourbon is unmatched. We have the best cocktails around, and our cigar selection is legendary. Our lounge and service are world-class. Come and experience the luxury of the mansion and see why it's a world-renowned cigar and spirits destination.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip, the best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Let me throw them on the screen. Welcome back to the original Bama Football Tailgate Show as we hang out here at Innisfree in Tuscaloosa. And it is great to have Trip Rogers join us here. I got to put this up, Trip, before we go anywhere else. Meet Chad. You probably remember taking Chad's tab, back in the day.
How we doing?
Trip, great. How are you?
Fantastic.
Trip,
good.
I gotta throw this up here. Alabama, by the way, Arkansas 11. We're previewing that right now. We're going to talk football, but it is without further ado that the Screwball banner goes on the YouTube channel, and we say Screwball Original Peanut Butter Whiskey again on this show.
Fantastic. I'm glad they're back.
So am I.
I know, right?
I'm very happy that they're back. We got to do a Screwball drink before you.
They're on their way.
They're on their way. All right, guys. Let's get into some football talk. Let's get into some football because today's game between Alabama and Arkansas is a sneaky game.
It is.
You got to be Chad's very confident. You're not that confident. I talked to you earlier today. What are you worried about?
There's something I don't know. I think our defense is coming together, which is fantastic. Our offense is there's something just a little off. And whether it's, I don't know if it's a crowd noise at A&M or we're just a little off with our snaps. Our running game's just a couple steps off. The game we put our offense together, we're going to score 48 points. I mean, it's just so close. It is so close. And that's what I'm like. And if it's tomorrow, I hope it's against Tennessee just because I hate Tennessee more than any school in this country. But, I think we win tomorrow or today, and Arkansas, they've held in there until the end of the fourth quarter in their games that they've lost.
They've been close.
They're looking for their breakout game. So they're going to come after us with everything they got, like A&M did, like South Florida did, like Ole Miss did. And I'm just glad Kiffin quit passing the ball on us because they were moving it
ugly.
But I'm like, he started running the ball, and I'm like, heck yeah, thanks, Lane. But yeah, we're close. We're so close.
What about you, Chad? What do you think? What do you respond when you hear that? He feels like we're close, but he's still nervous.
This offense is one of those teams that Tripp's right. You could see them score 40 plus points if they put it all together. And as good as they look last week, though, they're not to be trusted. Like any given moment, Milroe can not go through his progression and throw an interception. At any given moment, Jermaine Burton doesn't have a 200-yard game. So the offense hasn't been consistent enough for me to trust them every single week. When you had Tua, when you had Mac, when you had Bryce, was there ever a doubt you were going to score 40 points in a game? Like every single week, you knew what the offense was going to do. Now everything's completely flipped. You just never knew what Pete Golding's defense was going to do.
That is true. At least we feel way more confident now.
It's a flip, right? It's just a yin yang. That's all it is. It's upside down right now because now I feel 100% in the defense. I challenge anybody to score on this Alabama defense the way it's playing right now. But the offense, as good as they were last week, I don't trust them week to week.
And our special teams this year has been phenomenal, which has been great.
Will Reichard for president.
My fear is that Will Reichard's going to get hurt punting.
I
know he's good at it, but it makes me nervous. I don't want him out there.
Did we try anybody out this week at punter, or we just?
Yeah. Chad, tell him.
Okay.
Yeah, Connor Talty is a walk-on who's on the team, and he's the third punter on the team. But kind of like what Mick was saying, if you want to protect from injuries, I know you don't run players out there and think they're going to get injured or bench them because you're afraid they're going to get injured. But still, when you are down your top punter, and then you're the best field goal kicker in the nation is your punter, like you do want to preserve him at all costs. So Connor Talty is the walk-on who I think would be next in line. And so it's possible you could see him.
All right, guys, I want to ask you about the SEC scheduling model. We haven't had anything approved yet. Nick Saban talked about it at Hey Coach. Do you like the 8-game model with 7 teams rotating and 1 regular? Or do you like the 9-game with 6 rotating and 3 regular? Tripp, you go first.
I would like 11 SEC games and 1 Power 5 game. Is what I would like.
Does that help you as a bar guy?
When we had COVID year, every game was SEC. It was phenomenal. It was unbelievable.
This is Tripp the football fan or Tripp the Innisfree bar owner?
We'll just say it was phenomenal. It was great for TV.
All of the above.
It was great for business.
Right.
But what kind of disturbs me, like next year we only have 4 home SEC games where we've had 5 for forever. How long we've always had 5 SEC games. I don't know why they went to a 4 home game next year, but I'm glad we're going top to bottom and getting rid of conferences because we don't need that anymore.
Right.
Which is going to be great. I would much rather have 9 SEC games and you get 2 permanents, which would be fantastic. But yeah, I'm all for it. And, we've talked about it before. It's these small schools, I get they need the money, but with the NIL stuff coming, it's just going to get worse and worse for them. And we've got to be able to, you know what? I'd rather just give them money and let's just play, an NFL type schedule every year.
So, Chad, aren't you going to miss the Alabama against Middle Tennessee State game?
Yeah,
Well, so a couple of things on that. I'm actually all for the 9 conference games. The reason being is you got to look at it from this standpoint. We're so just accustomed to and bred to believe that you have to play a schedule that maximizes or where you have a maximum 1 loss because that's how you get into a 4-team playoff. If you're playing in the SEC and you're Alabama and you expand to 12 teams, how many times would Alabama have missed the playoff in Nick Saban's tenure with a 12-team playoff? Never, other than 2007, right? So to me, I think that playing the extra conference game is going to be better overall. And I think it also helps you in case late in the year you've got, for some reason, 2 losses or 3 losses, and you look back and you go, yeah, but one of those was to, Georgia, who normally isn't on the schedule, but that third, loss became them, or that second loss. So you shouldn't penalize a team and so forth. So I kind of like the 9 teams, but I don't know if I'm as ballsy as Tripp over there going 12 games with 11 in the conference. That would be pretty brutal, but I do like 9.
One thing that's good about Tripp is that you get one of these full right here. And also, Tripp,
hand delivered.
Hand delivered. And look at it. Show us the gear before we go to this next break.
All right. I'm sponsored by RMFT. That's my NIL deal. So we've got new camo hats, which are fantastic.
Sweet.
We got new golf hats, red and white, which are fantastic. And we've got new T-shirts with the state logo on it with RMFT. So you can go to RMFT.
What about that, though? What about
this? This is our quarter zips.
Whoa.
RMFT.
Awesome.
You can go to rmft.com, or you can go to InnisfreeIrishPubs.com, or you can come to Innisfree and get them. We bought the trademark in 2011, and we've been moving up ever since. So,
like the Jeffersons.
Hey,
and as I go to break here, and we'll be back, the 3 of us will, and we're going to do a screwball shot when we come back to celebrate our brand new old partner that's back again. This hat right here, I wore it in the second half of that Alabama Texas A&M game, Chad, and I'm not taking it off anymore.
No, please don't.
When we started to make plays when this hat went on. He gave it to me last year, and I like it, but it just didn't fit right until Saturday. And now it fits perfect. Look at this thing.
I mean, it's
perfect, baby. All right, more of the original Bama Tailgate Show right after this.
Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack. By whatever means necessary. With Yuengling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yuengling, bring the goods.
Autumn brings vivid colors to the back roads and hollows of Sevierville, Tennessee. Wind your way to quaint country churches, a historic covered bridge, and even a pick-your-own apple orchard. This fall, the best views are yours on Sevierville's Rocky Flats Fall Driving Tour. Learn more and find additional fall drives to enjoy at visitsevierville.com/fall.
Immerse yourself in the continuing dynasty of Alabama football with The Legacy Continues, a visually striking image from artist Daniel A. Moore. This sequel to Moore's 1992 sold-out painting, The Crimson Legacy, features iconic moments and memorabilia from the last 30 seasons of Tide football. Don't miss your opportunity to own this lasting tribute, sure to be cherished by Bama fans for years to come. Pre-order The Legacy Continues now at DanielMooreArt.com.
Hey y'all, it's Jennifer from the Floor Bama, and we're excited that football is back. The Floor Bama is proud to support Alabama football, and we invite you to join us at Floor Bama Old River Grill for a game day experience like no other. We have over 40 TVs and a brand new game day menu that includes endless wings, Santa Fe egg rolls, street corn nachos, and so much more. Bring your friends and join us for all the college and NFL games. Floor Bama's Old River Grill, open at 11 a.m. daily, right across the street from the world-famous Floor Bama.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. PG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Tuscaloosa is Alabama's ultimate sports destination and a place for outdoor enthusiasts to thrive. It's a community rooted in history and one that's on the cusp of a burgeoning art scene too. Tuscaloosa is vibrant, it's charming, and it's familiar. Its people welcome you with open arms and warm hellos into a community that's tied together. Tuscaloosa is our home.
This is My Great Escape,
where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pot.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.
Back on the original Bama Football Tailgate Show with Trip Rogers and Chad Anderson. I'm Mick Gillispie, starting to get towards the finish line of the show, but we're not quite there yet, and we're celebrating Chad, and I hate to do this to you, Chad, because you're not here, but Trip and I are, and this is a screwball shot. Hold on, let me put you in the screen, Trip, because I want everyone to see your shot, too. Welcome back to the show.
Justice full.
Welcome back. Yeah, roll Tide, my friend.
Roll motherfucking Tide.
All right, there you go. I'll be editing that for radio, but
it's like Lee Corso on game day. He just drops it. I love it.
Hey, look, I already got 21 minutes at the beginning of this show. I got to edit anyway. That's why I love you, Trip.
You said whatever I wanted to say.
All right, guys. Well, let's talk some football. That was delicious.
I know, right?
That was so good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love those. I love those shots. All right. What's the best 11 a.m. drink served at Innisfree?
Don't even get started on this 11 a.m. kickoff. We'll be serving Bloody Marys at 7 a.m. tomorrow when we open. We're having opening at 7 a.m. like I've been telling people all day. It's like St. Patrick's Day without St. Patrick. Like, it's going to be a long day, but we'll be ready. So, you know, it is what it is.
What's an Innisfree Bloody Mary like?
It'll fill you up. You know, bacon, peppers, stuffed olives. You can add just about anything I'd say add anything you want. We used to do them a lot bigger, but, you know, you watch and some people like it and some people don't, and then they end up throwing away stuff, and you're like, well, we'll put just enough on there, and if they don't like that, then that's fine, but we don't want to overkill it, and people throw stuff away, then we're wasting stuff. But
you got to be a frugal owner.
Sometimes, yeah. Unless we're winning. Now we win. I get a little carried away sometimes.
Get carried away?
Rounds of shots go flowing.
I've been there for that. That's actually great. I love when you get that itch.
Yeah, it happens.
Because there's a lot of people involved, and I'll just kind of slide in.
It's been happening for 25 years. So.
This is what happens when you open your own bar. Chad's wanting to open an Innisfree in Nashville.
Hey, we looked in Nashville for a long time, and now it's so expensive. So,
Nashville's insane.
Unless you got one of these big country music singers behind you, you know.
Well, you know Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, we made him famous. I think he's forgotten about us, though.
What about Innisfree Fairhope? I mean, while we're on the top,
I would love to be in Fairhope. I would move down there in a heartbeat.
Let's go. All right, Chad, where do you rank Alabama's defense right now?
Top 3, if not number 1. I mean, I see some of the others. Obviously, Georgia's got to be right there, but I mean, who else? Texas and Oklahoma, they put points up on each other. I don't know. I don't see anybody else. Definitely not LSU, which is uncharacteristic, but
they have a defense.
LSU. Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, I think they're all in the portal. Trip.
Chad, not to break up this, but I've got an Irish car bomb back here. Do you guys mind if
knock it out?
Can I jump on this real quick while you're talking about?
Please do.
We can talk. We can converse.
Yeah, you guys talk. You guys ready? I'm ready. I'm joining these guys, my friends here, for an Irish car bomb. Are we all ready? Let's go. Look, this is what Innisfree's all about. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Roll Tide, guys. All right, here we go. Down the hatch.
You know, it is an election year, so Mick is politicking around
politics. All about politics.
Thank you. Thank you. They came all the way down here from New York.
Wow.
I got to do a shot.
That's fantastic.
All right, let's
awesome.
get back to the topic at hand, though. This defense.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that's better. I mean, statistically, UCLA's up there. Georgia's, of course, up there. I don't know where Notre Dame is exactly, but they've got a good defense. Utah has a good defense, but I wouldn't say any of them are better than what Alabama puts on the field. So I couldn't compare everybody's individual schedules. So, you know, I'd fight anyone right now that tries to tell me Alabama doesn't have top three.
All right, we're getting to that point where we got to make our picks. Chad, you go first.
Tough game, annoying game, early game, distraction game, sandwich game, it's a business game. Alabama 2017.
Say it again.
27-17.
All right, 27-17. Trip Rogers.
I think it actually, the early game is going to help our players tomorrow because they don't have to sit around and watch and hear about all these other, because there's a lot of important games tomorrow and they don't have to sit around and watch or hear what's going on in these other games, and they get in, get out early. And I like a good 3 to 4 touchdown team from Alabama. And I think we hold them to 13 points tomorrow.
All right. And show us your gear again one more time, because
sponsored NIL, RMFT, and that's Roll Motherfucking Tide. You can edit that out later.
I'm going to be editing
double
this
edit. You got a long night in the studio, Mick. Long night in the studio.
I already know. Like at this point, I already know I'm going to be doing this for a while. At least the gear looks great.
Yeah.
I got this is the one I got last year, so I love this one. All right, look, I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen. Let me go back on the screen before I get into editing mode here for the next hour. Alabama's going to crush them tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of defense. Arkansas is not going to score. Alabama, you're going to see Alabama running the football again. The 20-point spread is going to be like probably closer to 40 when they're done. I think the team's turning the corner. And guess what? They're not going to jump off sides 9 times.
Well, we better not.
No, Arkansas's turned the ball over too many times. And this Alabama defense is opportunistic. Nick Saban's back. They picked him up in Gordo on the way to Mississippi State. And I like where this team's going right now. My friends bought me a shot. They know what's going on. Alabama, big time, 40-7.
Let's roll.
All right, roll Tide. What you got going on in Innisfree?
We're gonna be blowing and going all day. It's we get our game out of the way, and then we've got, like I said, we've got these late games. Afternoon game, you got Tennessee A&M, and then the night game is
Notre Dame,
Louisville,
Auburn,
LSU.
Yeah.
So it's
Oregon
and Washington.
There you go.
So like it's a good. A lot of things could change after these games.
I just got a feeling that one thing that's not going to change is that Alabama beats Arkansas, looking for number 17 in a row. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable. That's
crazy. It was the series was 10-7 when Nick Saban got here.
You're a stat guy.
That is crazy.
I'm a drink guy.
And this is the other one. And Chad, you'll love this as we close up the show. Is that this is the highest that Alabama's been ranked since 2007 when they played these guys. At number 11.
Or lowest.
Lowest. Well, however you want to look at it. However you want to look
lowest.
At it. Yeah.
Yeah. The lowest we've been.
Lowest, yeah. Okay, you get it. All right, guys, thanks for being here.
First.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. This is the original Bama Tailgate Show. Thanks all you guys. Adam, I love Macho Man. And don't forget, we'll be on after the game with the post-game show. Chad and I will be right here on the Bama Tailgate channel. And if you're listening on radio, roll tide, everybody.
Roll
Alabama
Tide.
and Arkansas are coming up here really soon. And pick up the RMFT gear. Just pick it up.
One more time.
RMFT.
Roll motherfucking Tide.
Oh, jeez.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, Barry Buckner. It all adds up. Every time a Tuscaloosa Hyundai customer refers a friend or family member to come see us, we are truly grateful. I compare it to doubling a penny for 30 days. Believe it or not, by day 30, that one penny is over $5 million. Now that's adding up. I remind every Tuscaloosa Hyundai team member, it's only a satisfied customer who will give you a referral. That ultimate compliment earned by effort and excellence. And Tuscaloosa Hyundai has all the tools. A new vehicle lineup to meet any driving need. Premium pre-owned under 100,000 miles that we stand behind with our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty. Award-winning service, a company that values being named best of the best by our community. But above all, we are sincere in earning the trust that leads to a customer referral. And trust is priceless. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. Tuscaloosa Hyundai, corner of Skyland and Hargrove, TuscaloosaHyundai.com.
Hey, this is Reagan, owner of R&R Cigars, the Cigar Mansion in downtown Tuscaloosa, located at 2703 6th Street across from the Home 2 Suites. Come down to R&R and see why we're the ultimate cigar and bourbon experience. With over 165 bourbons and 5 private barrels, our selection of bourbon is unmatched. We have the best cocktails around and our cigar selection is legendary. Our lounge and service are world class. Come and experience the luxury of the mansion and see why it's a world-renowned cigar and spirits destination.
Check out Pawn Royale at 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport. The summer season is almost over. Time to go to Pawn Royale and find some amazing deals. Right now, our lawn and gardening inventory must go. That includes mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Pawn Royale has deals on everything. Many items at cost or less. If you're in the market, come make a deal. That's Pawn Royale, 1019 McFarland Boulevard in Northport.
Barry Buckner for Genesis of Tuscaloosa. You heard it said, affordable luxury. But when it comes to affordable service, every new Genesis we sell comes with 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to save, that's our business. GenesisofTuscaloosa.com.
Ownership limitations may apply. See your retailer for details. Genesis reserves the right to change program without notice. Exclusions may apply.
Unique on the Strip. It's the best place to watch sports.
You're not even kidding. 11 TVs, NFL and MLB package, NHL, EPL, and so much more. If you want a game, they have it.
Now they're doing weekly NFL Pick'em, winners every Sunday, and grand prizes on Super Bowl Sunday.
And we haven't even mentioned the drink specials.
Of course they have daily drink specials. You can see them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Unique T-Town every day.
Unique on the Strip. The best place to watch sports in Tuscaloosa.
This is my great escape.
Where there's real gaming excitement.
And I can be who I want to be.
In a sea of slots.
Taking in the big pots.
And always doubling down.
Our friends ask, what do y'all do at Pearl River Resort?
No work.
All play.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Just keeping it real, baby.
Real players.
Real winning.
Real fun.
At Pearl River Resort.